so I've added my sweet potatoes, and at this point now, we want to give this a nice stir. We're stirring just to make sure that we're getting everything evenly mixed. I think that looks good. Starting to get things to break down just a touch now. Okay, now we're ready to go back into the oven. It's gonna bake for about 40 to 50 minutes. Meanwhile, I'm gonna prepare a couple other things that will finish off this roasted vegetable dish. Okay, so we're gonna start with the dressing that's gonna go over the top. We're gonna start with some capers, a little bit of lemon juice, some Dijon mustard, some maple syrup, definitely getting some sweet and sour going on, which will go really, really nice with the sweet flavors and the roasty flavors of the dish. And then lastly, I'm gonna whisk in some olive oil. I'm not really worried about it being this perfectly emulsified vinaigrette. If it breaks, you know, if it doesn't stay together right now, that's okay. I can just whisk it right before it gets poured over the top of the vegetables. Give it a little taste. Set this guy aside. We're also going to use some toasted sesame seeds for the garnish, and so I wanted to show you a quick toasting technique. So if you want to come on over here, I have some sesame seeds and a dry pan, no oil in this pan, and I'm putting it on high heat. I'm going to use a very thin layer. I could do this in the oven as well, but I find doing it stovetop, I have just a little bit more control over what's going on. The key with toasting is you always want to keep agitating that pan. You have the heat really, really high. You just keep the pan moving, which is keeping the sesame seeds moving, which is keeping them toasting evenly. If I were to stop moving, what would happen was these sesame seeds would start to burn on one side and actually start popping out of the pan. Already starting to see some caramelization. It happens quite quickly as long as you keep the nice thin layer. Do the same thing with spices if you're trying to toast spices before they go into, say, a stew or on top of something. Brings the natural oils out and really brings spices and seasoning to life if you toast them. So this is an important step in my opinion. You're going to add sesame seeds for a garnish. They're not going to be super flavorful unless you toast them. They're also much more beautiful with that golden color. Now you can really start to see that golden color coming out. I think we're just about there. I'm really starting to smell it too. All right, and that's that.